everyone. Hello, Maria. Today we have Maria with us. How are you doing, Maria?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm so very excited, because we finally have this dream come true. I've been planning this for 18 months now, so finally got time to do it. I'm so very excited to have figure skater and coaches and choreographer all over the world to be part of this program, to inspire teenagers, to inspire figure skater, inspire dancer, because we all been through there. So let me introduce Maria very quickly, and then we will start our session immediately. Yeah. So Maria, she is from Bulgaria, and she's now 19 years old. She started figure skating when she was 7 years old. So her dad took her to a newly opened figure skating rink, but no coach wanted to take her because she was too old. So anyway, she insists she wanted to learn, but then she been taken in a team. So this is how she started her figure skating journey. And through this figure skating journey, she went through a lot of injuries in her body and a lot of obstacles to overcome. She changed a few coaches as well. And she currently focusing on her career as athlete, but also coaching for young little kids. She's been also doing choreographer work as well. In this session, we would like to focus on sharing Maria's story, as she was struggling a lot with her low self-esteem because of her learning journey has not been very, very smooth. So in this session, we're going to talk about her story and how she overcome her low self-esteem problem, and how did low self-esteem knock into her childhood and teenager, especially in her figure skating journey. So welcome for joining us today, Maria.
Thank you so much for having me. I am so grateful to have this opportunity to share my story, and for other skaters to see that they're not alone, and to maybe help them and try and motivate them to not give up, to continue doing it, because skating and dancing and any kind of sport is so good for you. It's amazing.
Yeah, right. It's really beautiful. It's really brilliant, because the first time when I talked to Maria, I'm like, oh my God, she's 19 years old, and she is so mature. Probably went through a lot of challenge in her life. Therefore, make her understand life sometimes not easy. If you want to fight for your dream, you have to be strong enough. Let me clarify in the beginning. We are not creating a platform for complaints. We're creating a platform to find a solutions by not not looking at the problem. Look at the problem itself in a positive way and find a solution, just like Maria did.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. So if you don't mind, can you tell us a little bit of your background story? Why this is something you think is very, very important to speak about, and lead us into this session and talk about how to believe ourselves, and how do you overcome those difficult moments? You change a few coaches, yeah?
Yeah, in my career, the main coaches, I've changed 5 currently. I'm at my 6th coach. And everyone had their different way of working and motivating in a way. And I had a lot of struggles with some of them. But those struggles made me stronger at the end of the day, and they gave me the motivation to continue and to show that I am capable of achieving things.
Yeah. And
Either in
what
sport or in
exactly?
general.
Yeah, but what exactly happened? Have your coach been very mean to you during the figure skating journey, or even in the beginning, you were too old, right? You're 7 years old. Like, I mean, what do you mean 7 years old is too old? Yeah.
Yeah. So, like you introduced me, I started at 7 years old, which is a late start in figure skating world because most skaters start at 4, 3, some even at 2, already have skates on their feet. Uh, but I wasn't that lucky because there wasn't an ice rink in my city up until I was 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I started first with roller skates.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, we went to the sea garden every once in a while, and I learned to roller skate. So we
Mm-hmm.
went to the ice rink, and the coach was like, we can't really take her, or not at least to become a competitive skater, because she's too old. So they wanted to see how I perform on the ice and then decide if they want to take me or not. And thankfully, because of the roller skating, I had balance, I had sense of balance, and I managed to stay on my feet, not fall, not be scared. And that's why my coach decided to take me. And that's basically how my journey started. But it wasn't an easy journey because, yeah, I was learning jumps, I was going on competitions, but I was really scared of competitions. I hated competing when I was little. Um, and my coach never really did anything about it. She just pushed other girls who were not as scared, who were more consistent in their jumps. I was just swept in the other corner of the room. Like
Okay.
nobody really helped me.
Mm.
Um, so when I got my first medal, that was our last competition with this coach because the club decided to um, change the coach. And it was my last competition with her and for the season. And I don't know what happened there. I just pulled myself together. I did a clean program and I placed second, but I was leading up until the last girl. So that was really big thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm at the dressing room, and the mother of the coach comes in the room, and she was like, "She placed second. That's amazing, you know." All the parents congratulated me, and my coach. Later, I was told this happened. I wasn't there when this happened, but that the reaction of my coach was really not. It was really upsetting to me. um, her own mother went there and told her I placed second, and she was like, until I don't see this written on the results, I won't believe it, because my teammate placed after me, not even on the podium. So she couldn't really even believe that this happened.
Mm.
uh, when I found this out, I was really upset that all these years I was with
Mm-hmm.
her for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
She never really believed in me, but it was showing even on practices who was she pushing more. Um, and that's the moment I started to feel bad about myself. I never really felt good when I was skating. When the new coach came, he was working with all of us. There was no such thing as pushing one person more than the other. But at the end of the day, again, this started happening. And again, I wasn't the one who was pushed. Again, he didn't really believe in me. And that's the time I started struggling with injuries. My most serious injury, which I even have problems with right now,
Mm-hmm.
is August Schlatter disease, which is a disease on the knees. Because of my height, I still am tall for my age.
Mm-hmm.
And a tall skater is
Yeah.
never really. easy.
Yeah. Mm.
I was told so many times that I'm too tall to compete, too tall to jump, it's difficult and stuff. But I found out for myself that it's not that difficult because there are even like taller men who jump quads. So I don't
Mm.
think that was the issue the whole time. But people made it be an issue, which
Yeah,
it's
this
not.
is how people program themselves. The
Yeah,
shorter it is, the lighter it is, the whatever
yeah,
it is, more
of
flexible it
course.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bonus for the skater that helps them, but nobody ever said that taller skaters or skaters who have who weight more or like have
Mm.
bigger muscles shouldn't be skating or shouldn't be doing this. Like it's not forbidden for them, and it's not impossible.
Mm.
And I think I'm one of the many um how do I say it?
People judge your ability with your body size. People
Yeah,
judge your ability on ice because your certain restriction in the program saying, okay, this body size is not going to work.
yeah,
So here,
um,
this is the thing. We putting a lot of limited belief program in our mind, or even the coach mind. They believe what they said is correct. However, I want to ask Paul a question. Pull back a little bit. When you told me, when you just mentioned about when you're just starting to skate, and people, the coach put you aside, and the coach doesn't believe you can do anything, so they don't put any attention to you, right? How did
yeah.
you feel at that time? How did you feel, if you still can recall?
Um, yeah, I don't think I really thought anything of it when I was skating at the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of everything because we were four girls who were the oldest and competing. Others
Yeah.
one were younger. Um, and me and another girl, we were always swept at the corner of the
Mm-hmm.
everything. We weren't pushed as much as the other two girls.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I continued skating for 13 years and she quit a little later when the new coach came because she didn't have the motivation. So
Mm-hmm.
my motivation was stronger and my will to achieve stuff was stronger than hers.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think I created this with my mind. Just I didn't want to give up. Somehow I knew that I shouldn't give up, even though I wanted to quit not one time.
Because nobody
I
trusts you, right? Is it,
what?
if I make it correctly, is it because it feels like nobody trusts you, you can do certain things, and they don't
Yeah,
give attention to you, and but by that time you feel like you want to give up, you don't have the motivation to do better, but because somehow you believe you can beat that, so you pick
yeah.
yourself up and let's see what it is.
I just wanted to prove myself somehow. Um, I'm such my mindset is like this. I want to show people I can do stuff when they say I can't, and I've always been like this. Not only in sports, but this
Mhm.
helped me. Someone says you can't do this because this, and this, and I'm like, no, you're gonna see how I do it now. um, and even if a person is not like this, they should try to become
Mm.
to show people that they're capable of doing something. Uh, it might not be in their nature to do it or to have such behavior, but in sports, this is really important, and everyone should try to work on this to
one of the
prove.
reason One of the reason I want to brought that up, Maria, because what I've been in this industry, figure skating industry, are not almost 20 years. XAMAS is almost 20 years. So before I established this brand, I've been in figure skating another 10 years, right? So almost 30 years. And I also work with, women, and work with, I learn a lot of like well-being kind of thing. And this is one thing very, very important. That's why I recall, because a lot of chance that we were too young. When people impose emotion to us, we tend to don't recall. We don't know what happened. We just feel, and then to a moment, we just keep telling ourselves we are not good enough.
Yeah.
We're not good enough. Our body is like this. It's restricted with the body, and nobody trusts us. And that emotion is very, very painful, and it takes a long time to reprogram. Therefore, it's brilliant why you talk about very beginning of your figure skating journey, and I want to bring this back. And I also want even like coaches or parent or even your skater pay attention to your emotional feelings, because you are very, very lucky because you have got the gut like, I'm going to prove you wrong.
Yeah. I love proving people they're wrong.
Lots of people they were just like your friend. They said not motivated, then okay, I'm not doing it, right?
Yeah.
So this is one of the big reasons for you to want to be a coach and make this figure skating world a better place. Is that right?
Yeah. That's one of my motivations. I recently came to this realization that that's why I wanted to continue. I just knew I had to continue, even though I wanted to quit. And I even went to my mom many times. And I was like, Mom, please, I want to quit already. I'm done with skating. I don't want to have anything to do with the sport. And she always said to me, no, you stay on the ice. You should continue. Just try a little. And the last time I said I wanted to quit was right before we switched to a third coach. And I was like, Mom, please, I want to stop. I can't do this anymore. And she said to me, wait for the new coach. When he arrives, have a little practices with him, like 1, 2, or whatever. And then if you want to quit, you quit. And after the first practice, I came home and I was like, Mom, I'm not quitting. There's no way I quit. Because the coach made me realize that I love skating. It was just the coach that did not believe in me, did not see me as a figure, as a skater, as someone who can bring something to the skating world. And I'm really thankful that this third coach came into my life at this exact time. It was really right place, right time. I'll be forever thankful.
What is the worst experience you had with any of these coaches or in your figure skating journey? Worst experience.
When we put aside this low self-esteem, the second coach really triggered eating disorder in me, which I struggle with.
How?
Even today. Because the two girls were a little more like,
skinnier.
Puberty started to hit at that time, but puberty didn't really hit on me. At least at that time, I was really skinny. I was eating whatever, but I did not have any muscles. I just couldn't gain muscles, but at the same time I was skinny, so I didn't really have problem with having to lose weight. I was really lucky for this. But there were girls who weren't in the same place with their bodies, and our coach decided to for them that they needed to lose weight, and he was tracking their weight every single day. So every day they would go to him. Not every day, but I'm sorry, I just don't remember, was it every day or every week, but they had to just tell them how much they weigh. And I didn't have to do this for a really long time. And one summer, I went to practice and he asked me how much do I weigh, and I told him, but I was, I think, 165. So I told him that I'm 57 kilograms, and he was like, "Why so much? How?"
What?
And
How many?
57.
That's so much.
And no, it wasn't. I was looking fine, but he reacted the same way. Like he was like, why so heavy? You need to lose weight. You need to, lose a little weight." And I was like, but I don't feel that I need to lose weight. I didn't feel fat. I don't know. I was between 165 and 170. So I come home to my mom and I'm like, I need to lose weight. And she was like, why? Why do you need to do this? And my coach told me I had to. So I also had to track my weight, and I had to tell him every time he asked how much do I weigh. And then it kind of just sorted itself out. We stopped telling him and we switched coaches, but then it really hit me, the eating disorder. I stopped eating. I lost a lot of weight, maybe like 5-7 kilograms. And with this lost weight, I wanted my mom to take me to a dietitian to lose more weight. Yeah, I really had something in my mind that was telling me I should lose more weight. I should lose more weight, and I lost it. But it's difficult. So you bring the weight back, and I bring the weight I'd lost plus more. And for a while, I wasn't feeling good about myself, but I couldn't really do anything. It was really that messed up my hormones, because I was 16 years old. That's the time the girl's body starts to develop, starts to change, period, and everything. And that weight loss, that drastic weight loss, messed up with my hormones, messed up with my period. I never had a consistent period. Even now I struggle with it. And it just was, I didn't really realize what was happening. I didn't really care. All I wanted to do was to lose weight and look prettier, which is wrong. When you lose weight, you don't certainly look prettier. That's a wrong thinking. And, if you need to lose weight for health reasons, then okay. But
yeah,
that's just not okay to think.
Yes, this is exactly. Thank you for sharing, Maria. I hope we address this problem. Honestly, I think figure skating is fun. It's
Yes, it is.
joyous. It's very unique, full of competitive, but also it's the passion that people not. I would not say a lot of people can get to enjoy this really, you know, really major competition experience if you are like solo skater or else, because we have lots of like limitation of our thinking. And then if you recall that from 7 years old, first of all, you're too old. And then when you're 13 years old, you're probably too tall. And then after, you're too heavy. And then because you've got
Yeah.
so much restriction. I mean, the joy, of course, I mean, when you present yourself, if you perform, it's beautiful. But then the journey, why would we make our teenagers' journey harder than it is? I mean, we could have, I don't know, personally, I'm a mother. Okay, my daughter is about your age, a little bit younger. She's a bit choppy as well, but I think what is more important than happiness? If you enjoy to do figure skating,
Yeah.
enjoy to put your fat into muscle more with a motivation way, that will be much more efficient than feel
Yeah.
bad about yourself, right? How much time you spend on feeling bad about yourself. I'm not good enough because I'm too tall, I'm too happy, I'm too old.
Yeah.
Too pretty, I'm too.
These issues you create in the sport really start to mess up with your daily life too.
Yeah.
You get scared to express yourself, you have
Yeah.
an anxiety, you have all those issues which
Yeah.
sport really impacts your life in general. And if
Yes.
you have unpleasant experience, then it's not okay.
It is. It is. It is crazy. Thank you for sharing, Maria. It is. It is. I'm so glad you're brave enough to bring this up because I think our next generation don't need so much of that, right?
Yeah.
Again, you told me so many times that you love figure skating. This is something you cannot live without, correct?
Yeah. Yeah,
And if you
that's
were
true.
to make these sports amazing, you become a coach, you become a brilliant choreographer, how would you change this world into your dream world? How does it look like, first of all, the coaching
Um,
system?
yeah, I think a coach should take anyone who wants to learn how to skate, no matter how old they are. They could
Mm,
be, let's say, 50 years old, but they want to learn to skate. A coach should be welcoming and say, yeah, of course you can start, you can go. You should, a coach should have a special group for amateur skating, for people like this who just want to feel the enjoyment of all this skating, because skating is amazing. It
mm-hmm,
makes you feel great, uh, and it's a shame for someone who wants to try not having the opportunity to try,
mm-hmm,
and not because there are no rinks or coaches, but because a coach doesn't let them try, which I think is so wrong. um, Also, I want to make skaters fall in love with the sport, because if you don't enjoy what you do, then it's not gonna work. Because let's say something from the everyday life, I don't like math, so I'm not good at it, and I never wanted to become good at it because I hate it. And it's the same thing. If you don't enjoy skating, you cannot become a better version of yourself. You cannot really learn new things because you don't want to, simply because you don't want to. So I want to make skaters fall in love with skating, and also um, save them these issues I had. Like, I want to believe in every skater I work with, and I try to do this no matter how difficult it could get at times, because you see a skater with a lot of natural, like, flexibility
mm,
or sense of what they do, but you see also a skater who doesn't really have that talent, but you want to make them work for it. So I try to do this with skaters I work with. I help them find love for skating and not give up. That's one thing I repeat all the time to to kids, because I work with 5, 6, 7 year olds, and I show them something and they say I can't do it. I'm like, no, you can do it. You just need to try. It's not gonna happen the first time, but it could happen on the 101st time, or maybe tomorrow it's gonna work out. And they just get to it. They work for it.
lots of encouraging, lots of
Yeah,
motivation, a lot of make
yeah,
them feel good about
yeah,
themselves. This is how they fall in love with skating.
yeah.
Not
And
telling them the other way around, not trying
yeah,
to make a bird to swim like a fish. Yeah.
of course. It's not always easy. I say I try to motivate them and all this, but it's not always easy because they get angry, they want to go out to their moms, and I let them. I cannot forbid them to go out to their moms, but I tell them, when you feel better, come back, try again, it's okay, it's fine. Like, world doesn't end like this.
Yeah.
um,
Yes. Lots of courage.
yeah, and I think that's a way a coach should go to work, um, with motivation, which
Yeah.
motivation they give to their skaters.
Yes.
Coach should be motivated as much as the skaters are, because skaters look to their coach as their role model, as their inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even if the coach wasn't the greatest skater at their time with all those medals from
Mm.
worlds and Europeans and Olympics, even if they don't have such achievements, a kid would still think the coach is the greatest person, the greatest skater, and will look up to them. But if they don't give off such good vibe, I would say.
Yeah. Good.
um,
Move on.
if the kids can't feel you, they're not gonna want to work with you. So you
Exactly.
should, a coach should make kids want to work with them.
Yeah, see, if you're a coach, you have huge responsibility because
Of
all
course,
kids
yeah.
so look up to you. Yeah,
You're like a parent to them in a way. They have such respect for you as they have respect for their parents.
exactly.
Um,
And
and
what
also
is
you
your
have,
most valuable experience from figure skating so far?
um, I
Most
think
valuable. You think this is
most valuable.
relatable? Yeah, this is something very
I
special for you.
Yeah, I found out I wanted to do coaching. I wanted to continue skating. It was with third coach who helped me not quit. So with this coach, I did not get any medals or placements from competitions, but he told me something which I stick to this day, and it motivates me in a way. He told me that, yeah, I don't have materialistic like prizes, but
Mm-hmm.
from the sport, I've got the discipline, I've got the organization, I've got the knowledge that I need to work hard for something to achieve. And these things are much, much more important than any medal ever, because they're basic um, human like things that you even apply every day.
Mm.
Maybe if I don't want to continue with figure skating, I don't want to become a coach, but I want to become, let's say, a doctor. This
Yes.
discipline, this
Yeah.
organizational,
Mm.
it will help me with any job
Beautiful.
ever.
Beautiful.
So everything you learn and get from this sport, no matter figure skating or any sport in general, everything you learn as a person, and when you
Mm.
grow spiritually and like a person, it will help you in your life, even if you don't continue with sport and coaching and everything. It's just really important to get this from the sport. And if you get medals too, then that's amazing. That's great for you. But these things are much more important than prizes at the end
It's
of the day.
beautiful, Maria. I really, really appreciate you name that out because, well, like a lot of people will probably name, oh, this is my best coach because he or she make me the medalist and whatever. But you are very, very different. You told us a human answer because we are all human. Figure skating is a part of our life, and it doesn't mean represent all because we have got all perspective in our life. One day become mother, one day we're a daughter, we are one day a sibling, one day we're a friend, one day we're somebody's wife. And you told me the most valuable experience you learned from figure skating is a coach that implant a very valuable concept into you, even though this concept doesn't make you a medalist, but it affects you forever.
Yeah, of
Even though you
course.
don't learn jumps from him right now. And what he said, what he inspired you, stay in your brain and last forever.
Yeah.
And this is the most valuable thing. Well, thank you so much, Maria. It's a beautiful, beautiful sharing, and I'm so appreciate that you are so brave to name these problems out, and to encourage and motivate our skater, even our parents, and even coaches to look into the new way of programming our kid. We are no longer limited to our body size to our success. And there's always more solution than problems, because when there's a problem, there's a solution. Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is why we're Unique Dream Fighter here, to prove you wrong, because we can make it. And we can make figure skating a so much more fun activity. It is so fun if you can
Yeah.
enjoy it more without blaming yourself every day. I'm not good enough. Every day tell yourself, I'm good enough. I'm good enough. I'm good enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to the mirror and be like, you're the greatest person ever and you're awesome. And you go out and smash your day. It's,
This is what you do, yeah?
I try to do it. I still struggle with low self-esteem, but I try to make change in myself because this is also really important.
You know,
Um,
one of the things make figure skating so strong because we are facing a lot of judgment since the day we start. And those one have not fade out. Those one who stay most probably is a strong one. But then the thing is, we want more people to enjoy the beautiful sport instead of just having niche of elites, right? Imagine your friend, if that day your coach did not tell him this, he probably still enjoying skating,
yeah.
still doing things together, even though not elite. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so thank you so much, Maria, which is very, very beautiful sharing. And I wish all of our teenager or parents and coach, pay attention to it, because without your help, our better world will come a bit later. But with your help, our better world will come sooner. Just like Maria, she will be a brilliant coach, brilliant choreographer, because this is what her dream and this is where her strength is. So I wish you a beautiful, beautiful journey. Continue with figure skating. And I encourage all of you follow Maria's IG. So it's MSTAVREVA underscore. I will put it under this video. And she have got a special discount code here if you want to visit xamasglobal.com, or you want to learn from more elite coach from there. Called uniquedreamfighters.com. You will see the last brilliant summit we have made, talk about figure skating world and equipment and inspiration. Again, I want to name again, Maria just told us the best coach is the one who encourage, motivate, make them feel good about themselves. This is a future coach. Thank you so much, Maria. It's beautiful. I see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers.